everybody? Think y'all know me? I'm Harry James. This week we will preview the Bedlam matchup between Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. Should be pretty interesting in there. But first, as Gabe Eichert would say on his podcast, the Sooner Stumper. This one's going to be interesting, guys. When is the last time that we've had a Bedlam matchup and Oklahoma State actually came in as the ranked opponent and Oklahoma was the unranked opponent? Get your brain tweezers on that one. Here's a little hint for you guys. That year, Oklahoma State probably would have been a BCS invite because Texas actually, they were the last team to actually take the whole Big 12 by storm and go undefeated all the way through. They even won the regular season, South Division. They won the Big 12 championship over Nebraska, and they played Alabama in the national championship. What year was that? Whoa, man, you got to go back. When was Texas ever this good? We'll see. Plus, we'll preview all you need to know about Bedlam. Next, Boomer Series 1982. Don't go away. Welcome back to the OU Bedlam preview show, everybody. Y'all know me. I'm Harry James. First, foremost, and most importantly, that ever-popular Sooner Stumper. When was the last time Oklahoma State came into a Bedlam game as the ranked opponent and Oklahoma was unranked? Well, here's your hint, guys. That year, Oklahoma State probably would have been a BCS invite as a second Big 12 team. Probably would have finished a little higher in the conference if it weren't for Oklahoma spoiling their season in 2009. If you'll remember, Oklahoma actually ended up winning that ball game 27-0 and shutting out the much-hated Oklahoma State Cowboys. Overall series history, 116 games. Oklahoma has a winning percentage of 81% with a 19-7 overall clip. But, Oklahoma State did win the last time out in Stillwater, 37-30 in 2021. But in 2019, Oklahoma won it, 41-13 in Norman in 2020 for the COVID year. Pre-game festivities. This happens before each and every home game for the Sooners. Last one this year, by the way. The Sports Animal, that's WWLS, the Sports Animal, right there, right in front of O'Connell's. You can't miss it. On Campus Corner, that is. Right across the street at the Balfour and Norman, that's where the ref hangs out. Now, sometimes they will also be up the road at the corner of White and Asp, over there in the Hertz parking lot. Sometimes they'll be out there too, but always you can count on the franchise to be at the party at the Palace setup. That's where they're set up. They're just north of the football complex. until the Sooner Radio Network comes and takes their spots. This week's game will be November the 20th, and it will be at Oklahoma Gaylord Family Memorial Stadium, 6:30 kick. Night kick in Norman, everybody. Second ever time this has happened for Bedlam in Norman. The only other time that it happened in Norman, 2020, with the 41-13 win we talked about earlier. Sooner Radio Network will have the call. Toby Rowland, he is the voice of the Sooners. Not only for football, also basketball and baseball, and has his own radio show on the ref from 6 to 9 when he's not doing anything else. Which includes, by the way, hosting the Huddle and all the majority of the radio shows. That's all Toby all the time. His color man, Teddy Lyman. He wears number 11. He wore number 11 for the Sooners. And not only is the color analyst for the Sooners, but is the co-host of the Sports Talk Radio Network, The Rush, from 3 to 6 with Tyler McComas, Monday through Friday. And is also a co-host of the Oklahoma Breakdown with Gabe Eichert. Speaking of Gabe Eichert, he's on the sidelines for the Sooners each and every game. Gabe Eichert is. So not only does he do the other half of the Oklahoma Breakdown, but he also has his own radio show on Big 12 Today, Sirius XM 375. He does that from Monday through Friday from 3 to 5 on Sirius XM 375, Big 12 Network, today. And Chris Plank. Chris Plank is probably the busiest of all of them, except for Toby. 9 to 11, Monday through Friday, and is the half of the Fox Sports National Show Sunday nights from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. That's Chris Plank. Head coach of the Sooners, Brent Venables. Let's break down some Oklahoma. First-year head coach Brent Venables, 5-5 overall, 2-5 in league play. Hasn't played in a bowl yet. Hopefully they'll get to change that from 0-0 to at least 1-0 or 1 in bowls. Till then, though, they can just stick with their conference titles, divisional titles. They have 8 of these and have qualified for 4 more Big 12 championships once they brought the Big 12 championship game back in 2017. The 8 divisional championships, 2000, 02, 03, 04, 06, 07, and 8, and 10, and qualified for 4 more Big 12 championships once they took 1 versus 2. That was 17, 18, 19, and 20. But you know what? You don't care about that, do you? Let's count the rings, baby. Count the rings. 13 rings. 2000, 02, 04, 06, 07, 8, 10, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. 2021 took the little dip, but not a terrible year. 11-2, 7-2 in Big 12 play. They did lose that second game to Baylor in conference play, putting Baylor in the Big 12 championship and sending Oklahoma to San Antonio to face the Oregon Ducks. They beat them, Oklahoma did, 42-13. But you know what? That was 2021. Let's talk about 2022 for a sec. Offensively and defensively. Offensively in 22, Oklahoma scores 31.9 points per ball game and averages about 456.0 yards per ball game. While defensively, they surrender 29.1 points per ball game and 432.3 yards per ball game. Defensively, they surrender. Sooners are 5-5, 2-5 in Big 12 action. The Sooners did get their first 3 wins for Brent Venables, including a 45-13 win over Texas El Paso, 33-3 win over Kent State, and a 49-19 win in Lincoln at Nebraska to start off 3-0. Then the Sooners started Big 12 play, losing to Kansas State in Norman 41-34. They lost at TCU 55-24. They then lost to Texas 49-0. They then righted the ship a little bit, getting 2 wins, holding off Kansas 52-42 with a victory there in Norman, and then went on the road into Ames and won pretty comfortably as far as Ames is concerned for the Sooners, 27-13. But then came home and faced Baylor, lost that one by a field goal, 35-32, and then they lost yesterday to West Virginia in Morgantown, 23-20. Now let's preview the Cowboys of Oklahoma State. The Aggies, their head coach Mike Gundy, 1989 grad from Oklahoma State University, and has been the head coach at his alma mater since 2005. Gundy has played in 228 overall games for the Cowboys, earning him 156 wins to 72 losses. That is a 69% winning clip. Good choice in winning percentage there, Mike. 69. Conference play, Oklahoma State is 154 games and has 95 wins to 59 losses. Again, that is a 62% winning clip there. Bowl games, 16 bowl appearances. Mike Gundy is 11-5 in those bowl games. Again, 69% winning clip in 16 games. Keep going, coach. 2 division championships. 2010, they tied actually with Oklahoma. Oklahoma actually won the outright title that year in 2010. They then earned their one in their own right. And once they revamped the conference, they went to the championship last year in 2021, earning the number 1 overall seed. But they only have one conference title, and that was in 2021 by themselves. Recap for 2022, or recap of 2021 for Oklahoma State, that is. 12-2, 8-1 in Big 12 play. First in the Big 12, earning them a right to play in the Big 12 championship. They did lose that game to Baylor, 21-16. They then were invited to the Fiesta Bowl, where they took care of Notre Dame, 37-35. That, by the way, was 2021. We don't care about 2021. Let's talk about the Double Deuce, 2022, where offensively, Mike Gundy and company scored 34.9 points per ball game, and they average about 452.9 yards per ball game, 414.4 yards per ball game offensively. Defensively, there we go. They average 30.0 yards points per ball game given up, and here we go. They surrender 452.9 yards per ball game for the Cowboys of Oklahoma State. The Aggies this year, 7-3 overall, 4-3 in conference play. They took care of Central Michigan 58-44. They then took care of Arizona State 34-17, and then took care of APB. That's Arkansas Pine-Bluff. Took care of that one 63-7. They then started conference play at Baylor. Got a big time win there, 36-25. They then lost to TCU by a field goal, 43-40. They then took care of our other nemesis in Texas. Took care of them 41-34 with a victory there. But then lost 2 straight. They got slammed by Kansas State 48-0. And then they lost to Kansas 37-16.
The Cowboys did get back on track this week, though, by holding off Iowa State by a score of 20-14, making this week Bedlam. All right, guys. Okay, that'll do it for the football preview show. The subscribe button all the way at the top. Look for it. Hit it if you're on the YouTube. If you're not, that's okay. You can watch it on Facebook too. Just type in my name here, James Taylor. You'll find it. Or it's on my Twitter, @HypeManHarry. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and Boomer Center, everybody. I'm out of here. Peace.